follow this lady on Instagram. Her name is Dr. Shireen. I don't know. I'm probably totally not saying it right. But she does this thing called Pillow Talk every night. She'll talk about something dermatology related. And I love watching those pillow talks because she's just so informative. So I have pillows here. I'm sitting on a very comfortable couch. I won't be talking about skincare, although I love skincare, but I want to talk about this feeling of being stuck that we all deal with from time to time. And by being stuck, I mean those times where you are not happy with where you're at and you know where you want to go, but you feel helpless or stuck to get there. You don't know how to get there, or you may know how to get there, but you feel like you can't force your way there. There's just certain mountains in front of you that you feel like you can't move or that have been unmovable up to this point. And you feel really frustrated and just really stuck. So what do you do with that? Because it's 2021 now and it's already come in like a lion. And what's frustrating, I think, for a lot of people is just seeing the divisiveness and the hate and people threatening on social media, unfriend me if you this, unfriend me if you disagree with me, or write in the comments what your opinion is so that I can cut you out of my life myself. Just so much hatred. It's not what we want to see. And it's frustrating. So what do you do in 2021 with a world that you cannot control, things happening that you can't control, and a life that may be unfolding in a way that you can't control and you feel frustrated by it? What do you do with this feeling of feeling stuck? I remember first feeling like this when I was in my early 20s. I was going through a deep depression for 5 years. And I remember one of the first breakthroughs I experienced was when I was stuck in this mindset and this lie that I needed to turn into a spiritual pretzel. Like, if you can imagine a physical pretzel, it's twisted, it's bent in this certain way to achieve a certain shape. And I felt like, God wasn't hearing me because I wasn't bent into this specific spiritual pretzel. And I was trying to figure out, okay, is my arm slightly off? Do I need to just bend my neck this way a little bit? I would feel like in order to get him to hear me, maybe it's like an algebraic formula and I just needed to plug in the right numbers and I'd get the result. And I would do everything I could think to do. I'd bend myself into this pretzel. I would pray, I would fast, I would read scriptures for a long time. I would memorize scriptures. And I'm like, surely I'm doing enough to get his attention. And then nothing would happen. And what I learned then, and what I think applies to now, especially in 2021, with all of the hate and the things that feel like they're so out of our control, is that it does us no good to focus on the things that we can't change. But what I feel like the message is for the month of January in 2021, when we do see all of this disconnect, is to speak life over your situation and speak life over other people. Even those same people that are throwing hate your way and believing narratives that you don't believe in or stand for or agree with. You may have wanted something amazing to happen in 2021. You wanted to see amazing change. You wanted to switch careers or move or travel or take on new passion projects. And now with everything going on, you're wondering, how am I going to do that? As hard as it might seem right now to speak life over what feels dead, or speak life in a world right now that's got the media spinning everything in their own narrative direction, and the relationships that you have, the friendships that you wanted to establish being impacted because of what's happening and what has been happening. Even if those other people who are filled with hate are spewing hate your way, you can still be filled with love and healthy boundaries and light, being the light. It was Martin Luther King Jr. who said, you can't drive out darkness with more darkness. Only light can do that. You can't drive out hate with more hate. Only love can do that. And that's what comes to mind right now, especially when I'm on social media and I'm looking at people who are just sharing hateful things, promoting blacklisting and shaming. You can't focus on what you can't control or on people choosing to believe hateful narratives, but you can focus on how you can be a light right now. So that is what I would encourage you to do, is to be a light in your own sphere of influence right now. And to speak back to this problem of feeling stuck, even when it feels like nothing's changing, that's the time where you need to really push for speaking life. So that travel you wanted to do, speak life over it. That job change you wanted, speak life over it. the zero balance or the negative balance in your bank account, speak life over it. And then of course, make choices and take action. It's not just about saying some words and expecting it to happen. Obviously, you do what you can to back up your words with action. But my point is, speak life over the things that you feel stuck in the areas of your life that aren't moving at the speed you'd want them to move in.